Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. It's been a little while since I did a video. I've been doing some technical drawings, and some modeling in the computer to get things ready to go on the CNC. Doing some little behind the scenes things. Water pump went out on the CNC, had to get that fixed, had to order a pump. Luckily, I caught that issue before it damaged the motor. This is a water-cooled motor. I just happened to be changing the bit, and I felt that I had only done a short run on some mother of pearl, so it hadn't gotten really heated up yet. I felt that, shut it down, realized the pump was not pumping water. Sometimes these hoses get clogged up. Not sure why. It seems like the water would stay clean and they wouldn't clog up, but something builds up inside here and they clog up. You have to keep an eye out for that. But anyway, we did manage to get a couple of necks ran, and this one here is the first one I did for the acoustic 0028. And I was a little unhappy with the way the top came out. There wasn't enough space here for the logo. It has a very steep angle on it. As you can see, it's a 15-degree angle, headstock angle. And I thought that was a little extreme to begin with, but I went with it because it was on an old set of plans I have for a 0028, an old school Martin style. So I went with that, but by the time I got done cutting this angle on here, I lost a lot of the material, as you can see. On the back, it looks like it'd be okay, but when you turn it around, you lose it. And so this is still a perfectly good neck, and I will probably use it on a guitar for myself down the road someday. But what I did was I went ahead and I reduced that headstock angle to 10 degrees, what I normally do on guitars, on electric guitars. So today I need to cut that off, that big chunk that's there that doesn't need to be there. And I left the top square because I wanted to see how it looked after I put the tuners in it, and then I would judge where I wanted to cut off the top. That makes sense to you? I just wanted to see it real in the machine, in the computer. Even though I can tilt it and turn it and look at it, it's still a little hard to understand what it's going to look like because I failed to put the logo on the headstock in the computer in my Rhino program, so I didn't catch that. That's why it's important to put every detail on your drawing, even though you don't think you need it on there. So anyway, we're going to redo that today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up to cut a little jig for myself to set this down in, which will hold this at the right angle, and we'll cut this top off. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We got the fretboard done. Fretboard turned out well. We got Worth on the 12th, as Philip asked for. Philip Herder, this is his guitar. We got little W's, and the little W's look pretty slick even when you turn them this way because they look like little, I think that's an 8th note. Am I right? It's got the little tail on it. I don't know much about music theory. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, that turned out really well. I'm very happy with this. This is a very pretty Macassar ebony fretboard, and I'm happy with the way that turned out. That's going to look nice. But in the meantime, let's get you over here. Let's get this set up. Let's run this top off. Let's see where we're at. You'll also notice that I don't have the heel glued on yet. I'm going to glue that on today also, this part that comes up. All right? I don't have a bit deep enough to go all the way down in there and come around. That makes sense? All right. So anyway, let's get you over here. Welcome back to the shop. It's good to see you again. I hope things are going your way. Let's get to work. Okay, so this is where we're at. Got that fixture cut, so now the headstock will fit right down inside of it like this. And it'll center up very nicely, nice and tight in there. And I don't have to worry about it getting out of center. And we're going to need to cut off all the way across there down to about 1/4 inch away from this piece here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scribe some of that off of there. I'm going to run a scribe across here and just take some of that off on the bandsaw. So the machine doesn't have to take all of that. It'll only take, you know, this much off. Instead of taking all of this from here down to here, it's only going to cut about 1/4 inch above. Right about there is where our finish line is. So the machine will only have to cut this much. It will cut all of this, no problem, but why stress out the machine if you don't need to, when that can easily be cut off on a bandsaw, and we can put it right back inside there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Hang tight. Okay, so you can see from this view how we've got this mounted on here, neck sticking out so it can sit down flat on the back of the headstock. Now we can come in and cut that off, that excess material off of there. And I'll just use a little round over bit, a bullnose bit for that, ball mill they call it. Cut that off of there. Then we'll come back and do the tuner holes. And we're good to go. Everything is centered up, looks good. I'm going to get this rolling. We'll be right back. Steve is here today, guys. There he is. What do we got? Yeah, just round it over just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. All right. Just break the edge on it, you know. And then let it roll. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to take it back out and adjust the speed. Going a little too slow. now I can measure from the top of the tuner hole to the top of where I want my headstock profile to be. And the next time I do it, I won't have to worry about it. I'll know exactly where it is. I'll just write a program now to just cut that off. And I have it exactly where I want it to be. And doing it like that was much easier for me to understand where everything would lay once all those angles came into play. If that makes any sense to you. So I'm going to get that set up and do that. Okay, one last thing to do. We got to put the swoop at the top, the headstock shape. We're going to do that right now. I'm just using an engraving tool path just to come in and just cut the top off because I could see it better because the holes were there. If that makes any sense. And it gave me enough room to put the inlay in there, and it's going to be good. So I'm going to do that right quick, and then we can take this off of here and move on. And that'll probably be it for this video because it's getting kind of long. And I'll do another little quick video putting the heel on, and we'll get that glued on. And we'll just keep right on rolling, all right? So hang tight. Let me set this up. Here we go. Right, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Tuner holes have been cut. The profile's been cut. Back of the neck profile's been cut. We're looking good. Top profile's in there. Hold on 1 minute. It's noisy in here. Got the fan running in the spray room, dust collector, compressors going off. Enough to make you crazy, but that's where we're at. And it's looking good. I'm very happy with the way that turned out. I got a lot more control over it by doing it that way. I could see where everything was going to land. And now I have room to put the angel wings up there just enough. And her little legs will stick down in there. And this is going to be good. I can't wait to see it get put together. So now all we got to do is put the heel on here. And we'll do that on a separate video because this is getting kind of long. And I just wanted to show you guys this. And that's about it for today. So you guys be good to each other out there. We'll see you out there somewhere soon. Work guitars. Be good. All right. Bye now.